everyone, welcome to another series of Cereal Little Bites. Today I'm here with Blue Forge artisan Carrie.
Hi.
And today we are both snackers and we are going to be doing a little something different. Do you guys remember this from 2023? Frosted Lemon Cheerios, still limited edition, but what's this? It's 2025, they're back. And that actually ties into something that I really like doing with Revisited. Yes, it is about like comparing our thoughts then and now, but also here, this is a good example. When they say limited edition, more often than not, they'll actually usually come back. It might take like a year or two, but like if you didn't get Frosted Lemon Cheerios back then, I mean, it's back now. So if you see limited edition, don't automatically feel pressured to get it, because that is what they do, because they put it out for a limited time and then
bring it back for a limited time.
So,
Gotcha, Max. Thank you.
Just be cautious. Don't let yourself get suckered in by these little special like ribbons here.
That is called scarcity mentality. You better get it before it's gone.
Yeah.
There's only a limited amount of them.
Yeah, they're scarce. That's the word of the day. All right. There are 14 servings in this family-size box. A serving size is 1 cup. Calories are 140, 29 grams of carbohydrates, and 11 grams of added sugar. So, more or less a dessert cereal, but not quite. So, that's pretty good. All right, though. So, while I get these all poured out, and they look like Cheerios, just made like a very pale yellow. Yeah, take a look at that, you guys. But, so, Carrie, the general theme of these summer little bites is all about creativity, and with Blue Forge, you are an actor, is that correct?
I am, yes.
And you have done a lot of different films.
I have.
Most of them are, like, adult films, as in films made for grown-ups that deal with very mature subject matter. For instance, one of them is called, what is it, Dissident?
Dissidents.
Yeah, Dissidents. And that one is about a prison in this possible future. And in this future, the prison, instead of wardens, so the people who run the prison, the wardens are actually AI. And sometimes, because the AI has to be, made by people, sometimes that AI gets things wrong. And Carrie's character is actually arrested for one of the wrong reasons. And the AI, thinking, to give her, a second chance, per se, it actually de-ages her, resets her life. Now, that's not a real thing that we can do in real life, you guys. I can't just, suddenly become a baby again. But, in this hypothetical, magical future, that is something they could do. And, they figured out how to reverse the aging process. So, they actually did something really cool with that. So, Carrie, could you talk about that role for a moment?
Sure.
I just to eat these Cheerios?
Yeah. So, it was very fun because it's a very interesting concept, looking at computers kind of being in charge of what happens to people. I got to play a character who had to go backwards in age.
Yeah.
And I can't change how old I am. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But I have a daughter and a granddaughter.
Oh.
And so my daughter played a younger version of me, about 20 or so years younger than I am.
Yeah.
And then my granddaughter played a younger version yet, about 30 years younger than that. They made me a little older in the film. They made her a little younger. It was, not all exactly our ages, but, they aged us backwards. And so I had my character where I was walking around the cell and asking questions and being confused and trying to figure out what was going on and being angry because if I remember, my character had done this before.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'd gone backwards in age before.
Yeah,
and
they tried it before and it didn't really work.
Right, because I got arrested again for, I think, the same thing. So it was fun to have this time with my daughter and my granddaughter to play the same person going backwards.
That's a really creative way to do things.
Yeah. And it's handy that we look a lot alike.
Yeah. Speaking of which, another film you did was back in, what was it? It was 2020, wasn't it?
It was either 2020 or 2021.
Yeah,
I can't remember
maybe
exactly
in
when.
between.
Yeah, right.
It was called Social Box. Now, you guys, do you have a one of those little things that sits on a table and it has a little automated voice? You can say
Alexa,
Alexa,
or Google
Siri,
Nest,
or Siri. I think that's phones. But this was during 2020, so that was during COVID-19. And basically, this was a hypothetical, different version of that, where things were even worse. So you couldn't even go outside at all, a mask or not. You couldn't at all. And in this film, there are these little square boxes called social boxes that are basically like in Alexa or one of those things. Like you talk to them and they'll, talk back. They'll help you with things. But some of these social boxes get sent out through these monthly, like...
Care packages.
Yeah. Care packages, like, give them something to do, whatnot, from, like, month to month. And the social boxes start acting a little bit weird. And Carrie, you were one of the people who gets one of these strange social boxes.
I did. So I played a woman who was an author. I wrote books. Yeah. And I had a daughter who, during this time that we were all in our quarantine and inside and couldn't go outside, had a baby. And so it was pretty fun because my daughter and my granddaughter played those parts. Yeah, and my granddaughter wasn't even a year old when we did the filming of it. She wasn't even walking yet. I don't even think she was crawling yet, actually. But yeah, so we played, I did a video call with her where I talked to her on my computer, and then the social box decided to turn the computer off because it was connected through the system and stuff. And so I had to deal with all of those different things. Yeah. It was pretty fun.
When did you know that you wanted to act?
I don't remember when it started.
Oh, wow. So for a long time.
For forever. I know when I was very little, my mom said that I would speak in a different language. I could still speak English, which is what we speak, but I was speaking in this language that she hadn't heard. And she said, "What language is that?" She asked me that. And I said, "It's Martian." And I had decided that I was from Mars, and I had come to Earth, and I was still able to talk Martian to my friends. So I've been doing fun things like that.
So that was like a little character you had even back then, huh?
Yeah, and then, growing up, I did little puppet shows with my stuffed animals, I did dances with the music. I did all of those things. So I've been doing it for forever. I can't remember when it started, so...
Is there and sorry you guys, this is Jennifer, Max's short mom behind the camera here. Carrie, is there a current television show or movie franchise that you would like, that would be my dream role, would be to have a role in that?
There was a TV series that ended, and it's a grown-up one. It's called Orphan Black. Okay. And they have a character, and she was cloned. And so there's a whole bunch of people, and the same actor played all of the people. And I think that would be
I love when projects do that.
I would really love to do something like that, where I play the same looking person,
but different.
But it's not the same person.
Yeah, it lets you really show off your range.
Right, because she played somebody who had a British accent. She had somebody who was very American.
Yeah, because I grew up all different places.
She had a Russian accent. Yeah. She had all of these different ones, and each of these people that she played was a very different person. Just like, if you see people who are twins where they look exactly alike, but they're very different people. Yeah, so it's just like that. I mean, every person that's born is different than every other one. So, I don't act like you, you don't act like me. I think that would be a really fun one to do.
So, I suppose we can talk about cereal now. This is actually kind of interesting because last time we reviewed this, I was a spooner, not a snacker. They have like a glaze on them, and they are powdery, a little bit sticky. They have a slight lemon tang. They're kind of comparable to like a sweet lemonade, actually, which I guess is fitting for the summer, right? But texture-wise, they're about the same as normal Cheerios. Crunchy. But
I think that they would be better with milk.
Yeah, I'd probably say so too. Yeah, I feel like
they're not bad.
No, yeah.
It's funny that you guys say that. I was thinking the opposite because the idea of lemon and milk doesn't appeal to me. That is so interesting.
Well, I think what it would be that it would bring the lemon flavor further out.
Yeah.
And that frosted part. Yeah. I think it would just enhance that frosted part.
Yeah.
If you are right, though, it might be a little weird with you, like me, and drink the milk afterwards, just not to waste anything. That might be a little bit of strange, sour taste to the milk, but it's not like the milk is spoiled. It's just it's a whole strange.
That's interesting.
These would be good for little kids, too. Little ones that are just learning how to eat and stuff, toddlers. Oh, goodness.
Don't worry. There's a lot of birds that are on campus that are learning to eat as well.
But,
what would you guys rate them then? As snackers. Now, of course, this is just a snacker rating.
I'm going to say I'm not really a fan of them as a snacker. A little too sticky. The flavor's good, but honestly, the sweetness kind of builds up. And actually, I do get what you're saying, Carrie. Without the milk, it gets a little bit stronger. And I think that's a little too sweet for me. So I will give it a 2, just below average. I'd prefer this as a spooner, I think.
Yeah, and I was going to say a 2 as well. Okay. I mean, it's good, but it's not great, and it's not super good. So I think a 2 is probably where I
Yeah.
would be too. It's not bad, but
And I rate the weather today a 2 because the lighting keeps changing and it's like big clouds are moving in front of you guys.
Well, that's,
And
that's
then
a little
there's-
much for you guys.
Here's the sunshine lemon.
Bye.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously, cereal.